Okay, so I'm back in the United States and I came on to create this new video to say, and got all dressed up to say, I failed at full time travel and it kind of doesn't feel good. What this new account is going to be is my journal, my digital journal of figuring out life on the other side of when things don't go as planned. So, hi, I'm Kyla. I just spent the last 8 months traveling full time with my husband, and we recently, literally less than a week ago of me recording this video, returned back to the States, to Texas in particular, to resume life. It was a little shorter than we expected. We had a plan to go for 12 months, for a year, but things ended up happening that we had to return sooner than 12 months. And so now that I'm back in the United States, I'm back in Texas sooner than expected, I'm kind of lost, which is weird because I'm 32. Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, how old I am. How old am I? I'm 32 years old, and you feel like, and your society tells you, like in your 30s, you're supposed to have it all figured out, right? And so here I am saying I'm 32 and I don't have it figured out. Like I said, we've been back here a little, I guess about a week, a little under a week, and like trying to figure out how to navigate life now on the other side of when things don't go as planned. And I know that there are people out there who have to figure out how to also navigate life when something doesn't go according to their plans, and like learning to find joy in the place that you are in right now. And that's where I'm at. I literally am creating this digital diary to show me, where I was back in, I'm recording this in February. What February slash end of January is when we landed. End of January 2025 to like December 2025, what that looks like for me, and figuring out how to fall back in love with my home state. And it wasn't that I dislike Texas. That's not it at all. I think Texas is an amazing place. It just, like it's a place grew up, like, people in New York might feel the way about New York, people about Indiana, California, Washington, Florida, like, Bangkok, Thailand. Some people feel it's where you're from. So when it's where I'm from, I'm like, ah, like it's not it's all right. But I realize that since this is where I'm going to be in this season of my life, I'm going to use this year, this next season of my life, to learn and find joy and rediscover the beauty of Texas, like natural beauty, physical beauty, beauty and food, beauty and experiences, the beauty of this state. And so, hi, like I said, if you are someone who is in a place that they were not planning on being, and you're like, how do I find happiness and joy and contentment in my home state, my hometown? It's like, well, hey, let's do that together. That's what I'm here and that's what I'm doing. Or if you're like, oh, what is it to even do in Texas? That's also me. I'm gonna help you and we're gonna figure it out together. Or if you're someone like, what is to do in Texas? I'm very curious about what it's like in Texas. Hi. I'm literally going to use my experiences of being abroad for the last, like I said, 8 months. And like when I was living abroad, everything was new and fresh and exciting. And, every day was like an adventure. And I want to use that sense of feeling and apply that to my life here in Texas, to be finding new things. Like I plan on living in a new area than where I grew up in. I plan on, new job, maybe a new career. Not quite sure. I've gotten a couple job interviews, but I'm like, do I want to go back into the field I was in, or do I want to do something completely different? Like, I'm coming back to Texas. Like I'm coming back to life here in the States and back in Texas One, with like a whole new perspective. Two, I'll actually be living here married, so that's also that's also a brand new experience as well. Like I've always lived in Texas as a single person, and so now I'm living in Texas as a married person. So like doing life as a married couple, doing life after knowing what the other side of the world is like, and like applying some of those things that I learned to life here. And then, like I said, having almost like a childlike experience and mindset to the great state of Texas. And I today, like I said, I'm not at a 10. I'm not at my best. I'm not like head over heels, shooting to the moon, excited, but I know I'm going to get there, and I want this journal to be how I get there. So, kind of backing track a little bit, what to do in life doesn't go as you expected. For me, I am learning in the process that I am allowed to grieve, that I'm allowed to be sad and be upset and have those emotions. I'm someone who is very, doesn't like to show a lot of those negative, like I associate those with negative emotions, but they're not necessarily negative emotions, they're just emotions. But I'm not someone who, I guess, typically likes to express those emotions. So learning to be okay with, like, you're allowed, you can be sad, you can be disappointed about a situation, you can be upset, and then learning how to move forward. And so that's one of the things I'll be doing, is learning how to move forward, not feeling stuck, not feeling like, like it's the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. I know it sounds so crazy, right? But like feeling like, yeah, not, I know, honestly, I started this video saying I failed, but not saying and not believing that our journey of going abroad was a failure, because my husband keeps reminding me, and family keeps reminding me, that we did not fail. I'm just being the very hard inner critic inside of me. She's very mean. If you have a mean inner critic, like, you would understand, but my inner critic can be quite mean. And so just realizing that what we did was not a failure, that we did something great and beautiful, and going and figuring out life on the other side of that. So, like, really moving forward, not listening to my inner critic, learning to change her as well, learning, really learning, because, like, if you change your mind, like, you change your life. And that's where I'm really trying to get to, that point where I'm like, I'm at the place where, like, my mindset is a lot more positive about the future. Oh, the other thing is, I really want to take this time back in Texas to learn to appreciate this state. Not only appreciate this country, we're back in the United States, but appreciate Texas for for all the great things it has to offer. Like, I mean, there are 50 states. There are 50 states in this country. I am in the second largest state, the largest state in the continental United States. So, like, this is a vast landscape to explore, and so I'm excited to do that. So yeah, I normally am super bubbly and at a 10. I'm not at a 10. I think I will get back to that place. Something else is, like, in life, you go through hills and valleys, hills and valleys. So, like, you can't always be like just going up, 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 up. So right now, I feel like this period in my life, I'm probably in the valley about, I'm not here, but like I'm on the upward of the valley with the intention of going back up to a hill. I want to get back up, and it's okay. Like I said, life is hills and valleys, it's highs and lows. This season of my life is a little lower than probably the last, probably 12, at least 8 months, but even leading a couple months before that, because literally right before we left, I got married. So I was just on felt like almost like a 12-month high. Um, so yeah, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you for joining. Like I said, this new channel is going to be more Texas based, more, I guess, lifestyle content. versus what I've done in the past, which was more like in the moment full-time travel. And it's my journal, it's my digital diary to help me see how far I've come in the next couple months. Anyway, if you'd like to join along for the journey, feel free to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.